Coming out straight away here from Team Buster, and no CT players here to meet them.
Yeah, this is wide open. Open for business right now. And there's no kit on the CT side either. So that's something to keep in mind. If they want to play retake, they're going to have a pretty hard time. And these smokes should entirely obscure their vision. I don't think they're getting anything done here.
Yes, the CT side have employed a mid setup, and they're going to get aggressive once they spot the long take. And Sponge now moving his way up top middle, starts to fight against Starix, and while Sponge has taken significant damage but stays alive, it is elsewhere the fights are going down, the more lethal engagements. Twist, oh, lovely second. We've seen some good shots from him here in the pistol rounds on DUST2 over the last few days. His third attempt at a kill, not exactly the cleanest, but still standing and still a chance to get another before the round ends. But he whiffs his chances. He doesn't take his kills. And now it is 23 and Starix. They must close against Sponge and Lord. But Lord has come through with a headshot onto 23, leaving just Starix, who finishes off Sponge from the earlier engagement. And the time should be too limited at this point. Lord's going to get onto it, but the head shows, and Starix.
Nice position, sometimes catching people out. And again, you see that come through for him there to win his team the first round. Kept his cool with a grenade, or kill Buster with a Molotov. There's an early molly out long, which will send Team Buster elsewhere, and Sue with the scout with a great shot.
Yeah, lovely shot. I mean, we've seen her talent over the last few days really come to light. Again, I think she's going to be an essential piece to the puzzle here. But Twist has taken her out. 1 for 1 early on. Ooh. Sponge with the scout lands a beautiful headshot, and he wants a bit more here as well. 23 now coming up towards the double doors at B, and Sponge is about to be crunched on from the tunnel, so he has 2 fights to deal with, and he's doing a good job actually at doing some damage. In fact, he gets away with a kill, and he's still alive. Buys some time, does well there, but they're into the site, and it's on to the rest of his teammates to pull this one off.
Push from above. Lackey eventually gets the kill, but Starix
Starix shouldn't have got away with his double kill towards the end. Sponge does a really good job here at just staying alive, letting his teammates come in. The CT flank looks so good.
He had the AWP of his own.
Yeah, good work there from Lackey. And that is going to give Twist a bit of a warning shot. He still will stand, and oh, Sponge gets away with a deke down into lower tunnel. 23 down.
And he crab walks away.
Yeah, we'll just get away from that. Doesn't want to get involved in anything else. Detaches himself from the danger, but Twist has been finished off by the scout.
Oh, this is a little scary now. Twist has generally been the heavy hitter. He's had a pretty strong start to this game. Some of the other players on Team Buster have stepped up as well. Oh, Buster's reloading that AWP. Always dangerous. Looks like the timing will favor him. He spots the aggression of Lord. Now the CTs will start to adjust that setup. Starix spotted that player crossing into CT. Still Team Buster remain undecided. Retro's going to solo go into B, but he gives away his gun. I think Team Buster just have to go A now.
Yeah, not handed the easiest scenario here. Lackey on the scout has already taken down an AWP of Twist in this round and wants a bit more. It's Starix that falls this time, and Buster misses his shot. And that is going to cost.
Buster's only got a deke this round also. So if you have a couple of players running at him, you never know. That could be doable.
Definitely could be. Just settling into a slow round here on the T side. They've taken the tunnel's control. They have 1 player in lower. And 1 towards long in the form of 23. She'll be getting a player to come alongside and assist in dealing with long if they do decide to go that way. It's Twist who's being set up early to try and find that opening. And it's Sponge who provides that chance. As peeking towards the mid doors is taken out by the Canadian sniper, and now it's Nadeking in the pit that is tested, and 23's deagle lands right between the eyes. So long now open to the T's.
Lord takes aggression back into long. He's got a teammate behind him. They're trying to fight this, but Starix will land the headshot of his own, and I think Lackey was spotted as he tucked into car, even with the AWP. Might be overrun by multiple opponents here. Sue fighting with his teammate. Oh, just about able to get 1. But now Lackey trapped in this corner, and the bomb's just going to go B.
Yeah, they go to the B site. Retro's going to lock that in, and Lackey, he knows that he doesn't have to worry about that pit player because it's all about the bomb that's going down on B. And so Lackey gets towards CT, realizes there's one pit, so he might actually have a chance to do something here. Switch to the rifle, and Buster had the cross.
Start to this one. With that AWP, he might give himself a few more chances to get going. Smoke is about to land on the long corner, though. So Team Buster will get that early long control. Lackey's trying to look over the top of it, but it's not going to be easy to find an angle here.
No, it's not, unless they were to jump over it, and nearly. But Lackey's going to drop back, realizing pit is probably the position he has to worry about next. He is looking for his opponent. He would be right in assuming one player has jumped into the pit. But it doesn't look like he's going to be getting that fight anytime soon. In fact, as we hit the 1 minute mark, it is Team Buster that begin their advancements up long. And here comes that peek from Twists. Unfortunately for Lackey, he is on the receiving end of it. And now they commit. Double smokes down for the CT cross. And Sponge had a flash in his hand, not ready for that. Perhaps communication not being passed on to Sponge that they were so close, but he was not ready at all to deal with the quick advancement up the ramp. And Sponge goes down and forces his team into the save call.
Stark still on that luck, trying to deny some of these saves. Been doing a good job at that. Barely been dying so far. Always been in those annoying, awkward positions for the CTs. Nadeking not even allowed to save the MP9. Stark's looking good at the start of this map. And Sue is stuck on the B site, and now they know exactly where she is. Couple of shots landed. She's stuck her back flat. They push from the other side. It's 23 kill. I think it has now slipped away from them.
Retro. They kind of get this first kill against Lackey, and no. Commits too wide into the smoke and ends up going down, giving away the first kill of the round. Nadeking actually gets one back here for the CTs, though. So they are leading the way 4-3 in the player count, and Twist looks to try and change that as he goes through the mid doors.
He's even carrying the bomb. This man doesn't care. He wants to do everything for his team right now. He only has 2 bullets left in that AWP, so got to keep that in mind. He can't fight too hard. But it's a very passive CT setup. They're just sitting back and saying, okay, Team Buster, you're a man down. You've got to be the ones to roll the dice, make a move.
If you're relying upon Twist to make your entry as well, if they're playing this passive, the AWP is not going to get an easy fight, so probably going to feel quite claustrophobic in the final 30 seconds of this round for Team Buster. Where are they going to go? They have one player up short, one in the tunnels, and one in limbo between both of them, so they've got to go. And I think this B setup looks so good. Sue should be good for at least one, and maybe if she takes down the rifle, it's going to leave Twist on the AWP, and then Sponge's position becomes very useful in that scenario. So there's the first kill. No trade from Twist, but he's picked up a rifle. Will he check for Sponge? He has actually got the position, and just like that, the headshot is in. He has to plant now, and he has enough time just about at the 4-second mark to get that bomb down, and now thrusts himself into the 1 versus 1. The King of Nades up against the King of Canada, and Twist will drop behind the car. And his position is just so good for the walk-up.
But just some of the micro decisions. You see Twist, he gives a little shoulder. That's all he gives, and boom. It's enough for him to challenge on board. Fly Swatter, kill an enemy with a no-scope. A couple of snipers on the server, but it's Lackey who was looking for early action. Retro's trying to sneak up long. Sponge behind the car is just going to get mowed down.
I reckon that was a no-scope.
You know, technically. You could make the argument.
Nice shot from Buster. Second is good too. Good control to bring down 2 players. Sue swings, and a play like that is required to sometimes get you back into it, but we'll see if it's enough done. Lackey has also found a kill, but they know where he's coming from. He's upgraded into the AK-47. couple of players low health, and Buster was one of them. He is now down. The other player in low health is Retro, but he has an AWP, and the bomb is planted for them at long. There's 2 players there. The scope, obviously, a stronger weapon for the job. And shot was his pass. Lackey unable to get it done. I think he realizes this one is looking very, very difficult indeed. The 2 heads pop up at the same time. Neither of them landing shots, though, onto Lackey, so he is actually going to be able to fade away with that AK-47. At least a small victory, if nothing else. He'll leave the round with something. But I think this game is starting to get out of hand. Team Buster already...
Lackey gets an early kill. That's going to help them. Twist's taken out early. Now that molly, it's not gone where it needed to. And oh dear, doesn't look like they realized it.
Very lucky
still going, though.
Not to have dropped someone there to Retro. Lackey unable to cut the crossover. But surely this is looking good for a second round for Nadeking. They can't drop the ball here in a 3v5. Sound Q mid as well from 23. Molotov to clear short. Flash to go alongside it. And if she sprays through that door, almost certainly will take down Lord. Lackey, though, covering off the doorway. We had under 1 minute left. The T still with so much ground to take, and 23 is about to catch Lord walking towards her, but no way. Doesn't react in time, and so the 2 HP of Lord is enough to remove 23, trusting Buster. Until 1 versus 4. He'll leave the tunnels, but that's all.
Fully focused on A, instantly going over to A lock.
Ooh, quick this time from Team Buster. As you said, they are looking focused, and they focus in on Sponge to claim him as the first victim of round 11. But Lackey, lovely double up, nearly gets back in time to compose himself for the 3rd, but StarX has taken his opportunity and followed up with a 2nd. And that smoke comes down for the CT cross. They'll move over with it, but Nadeking through the smoke removes Retro's head. So it's down to Twist and StarX to try and win out this 2 versus 2.
Molly onto short should allow that bomb
Look
plant.
at the flank.
Yeah, Sue is here. I wonder where that bomb gets planted. Is she going to have vision of it? Oh, Twist is dropping with the bomb into CT, and he just wins the fight straight up. Sue's flank might not be relevant now as StarX watches for it.
There's always a world in which they were able to pull that one off. Lackey gets a double here, but the most important kill was actually bringing down StarX. He was able to get this 3rd, and obviously the round would have collapsed, but 90 rounds already, and the money, if they lose this round on the CT side, will be in the bin again.
That would be rough. Gotta try and put consecutive rounds together on that CT side. Nade into lower, does a little damage. Lackey again looking for this opener. But Flash forces him off the angle. Oh, there's Twist just getting an opener onto B. Not following it up with the best of flashbangs, but once you get that pick, you definitely could commit here.
Lackey, a lovely shot on the drop down, but he needs more. He needs much more out of that. And they just overrun him with the rifles. Retro's Galil rings out. And 23 is hearing the steps of the 2 retreating CT players and will execute them from behind. Sponge at least spared in that engagement. He will pick up his A4 and wander on off to the A side. They haven't planted yet, so finding Sponge might be on the agenda here. I think he realizes that.
Yeah, still no plan.
A little bit of BM. Now they know where the bomb is. Retro is gonna
off. There's an initial deposit bonus. Back into the action though. You can never keep your eyes off DUST2 because we've got early fights. Sue pushing lower, instantly traded. It is quickly into a 3-on-3. Turned 3-on-2 by the aggression of Sponge.
Well, it's not pretty, but it's a brawl that gets them into a competitive round. Retro comes out from long. The peek from the site comes through, and Retro not able to take Lord down to the AWP. Will have to fall instead to 23. Now 1 versus 2. Started with a 1v3. And the peek through the smoke nearly comes through there from Nadeking. No, 23 goes for the pre-fire, tries to be quick about it.
Banned from the Twitch chat. So that's your own fault if you are.
No, otherwise we'll get Bruce Banner on you.
Oh, wow. There you go. Nice Nice kill from Buster early. Oh, that nade landed onto Buster. I don't think that was the overall big challenge, but there is the Kobe in the mix, which I'm sure they will be happy with. Nice flash into the mid doors. Lackey forced away. Smoke should keep him back. This B-split is maybe the best chance they've got at this point, down in the 2v4. Twist is still here, so I wouldn't count him out.
Good kill from 23. Nadeking is down, and 2 players left for the T's. They have got the B site, and that can often be enough, even with a player deficit. Just having the B site and the bomb down can sometimes be enough, just with how strong this position is. But Nadeking will have to go. It's the final round of the half. The attempt for the retake coming through the doorway. It's 23 and Twist with the first 2 kills. The sharpest tools in the shed, and Twist will make
in that last round. Here we go into the pistol. Early charge up through mid. Now they're going to start to walk their way through, but Lackey ready for them, and he's going to cut a couple of them down.
Well, good job here from Lackey and Sue. Twist able to come back, and another one found for Twists. Sponge goes down, and so yes, the CT's at a deficit, but we've seen 2 versus 3s happen in favor of the CTs already, and here comes StarX to the doorway. Well, the Lord prevents that from happening, and now they're looking to collapse upon him. Both CTs have been spotted towards this position, and the first shot for Twist is good. The second even better, and it's all down to StarX, and he's set up on an absolute pedestal to win that one. He's done it. He's won the clutch. Another 2 versus 3 for Team Buster.
I feel like you just see the composure for Team Buster in these sorts of scenarios. Lackey gets the couple of early kills, gives them the advantage, but it looks like StarX is almost playing to just bait them into the peak. He's just giving them a little bit of an opportunity to fight, and then he tries to bait them a little into the open, and Twist makes round though, because StarX has already taken Nadeking out of the equation. And if I can do my maths correctly, Dinko, the equation now reads it's a 3v3, because you -2 from each side.
Well, that's great math there, but it's not as quick as Twists. Good double in from the car, and just Lackey left, and luckily for the Galil, it is the kill. Now it's all into Retro versus Lackey. Now, quite a significant advantage here for Lackey when it comes to skill. But whether or not he's got the timing or the position is another thing, but he reads Retro's flank, and he has him locked in.
Guys.
But that would get pretty boring real quick. But,
that's what I'm going to do. That's my job now.
Okay, you're the Twist watcher. All right. Round 18 begins with an advantage already for Nadeking. Obviously, the weaponry advantage is already there, but they had the player advantage for a moment until Sponge got ripped apart by Buster.
Lord through the doors, plops the smoke down, decides to back on up. Some good info back from the CTs though. They've peeked the doors, they see it's somewhat clear, and they're even going to find a pick onto Lord. So I think now Nadeking and his team will try and take this A site. Rotate is coming in. Twists has been caught. Nice transfer from Lackey. That's what they were looking for. It's actually joint with Twist at top of the board now.
Oh, StarX with a jumping no-scope coming in on Sue, and Lackey just about spots Retro's head, so it is all on StarX. He's so low, so I don't think really much more excitement will be had in the round, but at least he gets a little bit of a highlight. And Lackey's locked him in. Team Nadeking nice. Fragging the server now at 26 kills, thanks to that ace.
I'm one of those plastic fans, Dinko, just whoever's top of the scoreboard.
I like it, Hawker, you know. A flip-flop. Or a Sponge would say, a thong. Here we are. StarX straight up top mid. It's Nadeking that goes in towards the lower tunnels, and Retro has been claimed. So, advantage already here for Nadeking.
He puts the smoke down. Keeps himself safe. Not too much to work with in this round for Team Buster. These are the sort of rounds that Team Nadeking are going to need to get back into this. A couple of easy ones, a couple of freebies. Everyone loves a good freebie. Can you think of the best free thing you've ever got, Dinko? Oh, no. That was free. That was a free knife for StarX.
Yeah. I played FaZe It earlier. Won 5 games in a row. Lovely free low.
5 free wins. Oh, free level up. Free
level
low.
up twice.
Oh, free low's good. It just rolls off the tongue, doesn't it?
Yep. Nothing but free low. Cry is also free.
Cry is free.
This is not bad. A little bit of a comeback starting to come through here for Team Nadeking.
You know what? That knife from Starix might actually be important. Because now he could drop another gun to Twist if he wanted to.
The top fragger and having an AWP might work out. But here goes 23. Molotov goes down to try and stop the long play, but runs into the open.
Ooh, a flash ready.
Good swing from Buster, but flash is rather ineffective. And ooh, this round is not a pretty one. That's the ult gone immediately.
So you're in a 5v2 here. The challenge is, guys, it's B. Plant the bomb on the B site. Could you go back to B? You're probably not going to lose the round. But that is where both Retro and Twists are right now. And I guess with Nadeking being so far down, maybe you just take the safer option. Looks like they're practicing their A nades. Smoke looks pretty solid. Second one thrown on the fly. Not bad, not bad.
Yeah, nice and easy here. Just it's going to be a very long save call here for Team Buster. There's no challenges being completed here whatsoever. And the sad part is, you know, the AWP is in a very unrecoverable position. So Twist once again has to save him here. Scout. Retro will have an M4 at least. But we are looking at 13-7 and a small comeback at least being picked up here for Nadeking. I guess since we have a long save here, you can go check out 1xBet. There's a bunch of giveaways coming. There's also a show match you can have a little look at. And Twist went for a bit of a look and he got punished. Retro hiding in the window. Oh no, he's lost his life too. So all that for nothing.
There's a couple of positions where I think you could do it. Maybe over on B if someone's playing back plat. Try and trap him in. Maybe as the bomb gets planted. Oh no, Retro a little too aggressive into the tunnels. Lackey was there for the pick. I think that might make the decision for the T's a little easier. That B site looks completely empty right now. Bomb is taking its time to come over, but I think Lackey can just keep this locked in.
Lackey's looking to hold his position down with the AWP, buying time for his teammates to get back in. And as we mentioned a little bit earlier on in this game, once the T's actually have the B site, a lot of retakes become very difficult to pull off, especially if you're down 2 players here on the CT side. So they're going to have to save again.
That's a safe call. That's why you need your B anchor to be reliable. You need them to at least survive. But as soon as it goes down early, this is the sort of position you're going to find yourself in. And we've just had quite a few rounds like this where they haven't really felt competitive. It's been quite a breezy time for Team Nadeking to come back in this game. It's just been like a stroll in the park for them so far. Sure, some obstacles will start to arise, though. Imagine you're going for your walk in the park and suddenly some hurdles come in. There are some ball bearings on.
He's in a pretty scary position there, old Nadeking.
Well, that long play has been thwarted early. But with all that presence on long from the CTs, Team Nadeking have decided to test the waters elsewhere. They're moving into mid, and the utility looks good to set up this B split.
Well, Twist hops into the site. Nadeking has been taken out with the AWP, and he's going to go back again. Twist this time strikes to the AWP twice, at least getting involved. But Sponge has arrived to the B-bomb site via the window. Once again, creating space for the T side in this crucial part of the map. But they are down a player, but they have got the site, and that can be so powerful. Ooh. So we'll see if they're able to turn this. And they're going to go for the boost, sending the AWP up over the top. And Sponge is the man tasked with doing it, but he has a bit of a blind side towards middle. He's fixated upon CT, but Starix is down below him, and he hears that. He knows now they've descended from the boost position. And Starix can start to figure out what kind of play they're going for. And Sponge had no idea that Starix was so close. And now it's Su that has everything to do. And kill on StarX is the first of the agenda, but 2 more to collect at the 35-second mark. And getting the bomb is certainly the difficult part of this task. Moving through those mid doors, you walk into the lion's den. 23 has received 4 HP of damage from that shot, so that's not really going to help matters at all. At 20 seconds, she'll have to peek.
Yeah, they took down Nadeking in the process. It's that first kill. Just a couple of rounds away from another win. Would be their 3rd victory in the GOAT League. Would be a nice way for them to close out the groups. 23 has started things strong. These long fights have been pretty consistent throughout this map, but this time they're going the way of the CTs. Bomb's not even back to B. So I think it is going to be another slow round from Team Nadeking.
Flash into the smoke in tunnels, 2 players alongside. And Sponge is about to phase this smoke. He's got flash though. Retro is going to be under so much pressure, so much firepower. And oh, Retro does very well to get a double. Su and Sponge, I thought for sure at least the trade was coming in from that maneuver, but not to be in the T side of Fallen here. This is going to be 15 rounds for Team Buster. Twist is still looking for that 30th kill. He so often got it in this competition.
Ooh, StarX is just running up mid, knife out. Not a care in the world.
Here he comes.
He's gonna destroy them.
All right, StarX, that's beautiful work actually from the rifle. Blackie's gonna come back and finally put him in the ground, but still a 3 versus 3. Still a chance that Nadeking can survive a little bit longer here, but he's about to be forced out of blue. Throws the smoke down. 23 knows there's a player there, but I don't know how they don't get a kill in that engagement. But there we go. Twist gets 30. He has to know that Nadeking is still here behind blue, or at least the opportunity that he could still be there.
Oh, he looks so aware. Nade thrown, he's still just waiting. Smoke won't do much against him. He's got the angle and he's got the shot. Only Su remaining, and Twist will...